It's a place where, opportunities are the norm. And my family really wanted to give me and my siblings the best education that we could get. And they saw that Country Day had the faculty and staff that were willing to put the countless hours in to provide that education and provide that in a caring and supportive environment, but also to have faculty and staff who are willing to go above and beyond to provide opportunities outside of the classroom that it's hard to find elsewhere.
Hey, it's Terry from Our Kids. I recently spoke to McKinley Hunt, an alumnus of and lifer at Country Day School located in King City. She played rugby for Queen's and Team Canada and recently completed her concurrent education degree at Queen's. Take a look.
All right. So, could you give the viewers a sense of what you've been up to since you've graduated from Country Day?
Sure. So I graduated from Country Day in 2015, and I have attended Queen's University since then. I graduated in 2019 with my Bachelor of Arts honors degree in History and Political Science, and I'm currently finishing my Bachelor of Education, and I'll be pursuing a Master's of Education in the fall.
Cool. And how do you think attending Country Day influenced your decision to attend Queen's?
I think it just gave me the courage to seek out opportunities that would be beneficial to my academic success. And Queen's is obviously a very academically oriented university, and I felt confident attending a university like Queen's because of the education I received at CDS, and everyone at CDS was so encouraging to kind of chase what I was after, and were very supportive of my decision.
Okay. And how did Country Day influence you in wanting to become a teacher?
So I want to become a teacher because of my experience at CDS. The teachers there are unparalleled, and my experiences in the classroom showed me what school should be like. And I'm so honored and grateful that I had the opportunity to go to Country Day. And I don't know if I would have been a teacher had I not had such positive experiences with my teachers at that school, and wanting to give back to the community the way that they gave back to me.
Cool. And I believe you graduated in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could, jog your memory back a bit, if I were to look at a resume of your accomplishments, experiences, while you were at Country Day, what would that look like?
So as a student at Country Day, I was a member of multiple sports teams, including basketball, volleyball, softball, track and field, rugby. I was in artistic performances, so I was in the musical theater performances when I was in the junior school in grades 4, 5, and 6. I was an ambassador with the school for prospective families. I was a student council rep athletically. I was a grade rep, worked in our student success community, helping with peer tutoring, lots of things.
Right. And it seems like you were involved in many different things. But what would you say was your proudest memory while at the school?
My proudest memory, I think I struggled to come up with my proudest memory because I have so many amazing memories from the school. But I would say one of my best memories would be winning a CASE national championship with the rugby team in my first year in grade 9, which was a great honor for the school. The school's rugby program is incredibly successful. So that was probably one of my favorite memories, but there's so many that it's hard to pinpoint one exact one.
Right. And I read or saw your profile video on the Country Day site. So I know you were a CDS lifer.
Mm-hmm.
If you could go way back, do you remember or do you know why your family chose Country Day School?
So I have had conversations with my family about why they chose Country Day. And the main thing they keep coming back to is just the opportunities that are available to students who attend the school. It's a place where, opportunities are the norm. And my family really wanted to give me and my siblings the best education that we could get. And they saw that Country Day had the faculty and staff that were willing to put the countless hours in to provide that education and provide that in a caring and supportive environment, but also to have faculty and staff who are willing to go above and beyond to provide opportunities outside of the classroom that it's hard to find elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. And you were at, Country Day for a long time, from K to 12.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of time to be at one place. But if you can pick one thing that you appreciate most about Country Day, what would that be?
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's difficult to pick one thing that I appreciate, because I think the further I get away from my time at Country Day, I realize how grateful I am for the experiences that I did have. But I would say the one thing that I'm so grateful for is just the relationships that I was able to build with my fellow classmates, as well as faculty and staff. And those relationships have lasted beyond graduation. I'm still able to go back to the school, and it feels like I never left. And, I have teachers reaching out to me and congratulating me on various successes in university and athletically. And those are the relationships that I treasure, because it's a relationship built on mutual appreciation for each other's roles. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to meet such amazing and influential people.
Mm-hmm. And based on your athletic competitions, and I'm sure you've heard about other private schools while you were attending Country Day, but to the best of your knowledge, what do you think differentiates Country Day from other private schools?
I would say the distinguishing factor between Country Day and other schools is the sense of community at Country Day. Lots of different schools can offer the opportunities outside of the classroom. Lots of schools have amazing teachers, but I find it difficult to imagine a school that has a community that is as strong as and as united as the community that's at Country Day. Families, staff, students are all working together and are all willing to support each other on their particular endeavors. And that's just a really unique aspect of the school.
Mm-hmm. And if CDS were to become personified, like if it could be a single person,
Mm-hmm.
how would you describe it in 3 words?
In 3 words, I would describe CDS as a family. I would describe it as passionate, because everyone there is so passionate about their work and their role, and committed. Everyone is committed to helping everyone succeed. Kind of leads back into the passionate part, but they're passionate to be helping other people, and they're committed to helping other people. So family, passionate, committed.
And at Country Day, what would you say is a school's highest values in actual practice? Like, what values did CDS have that you really saw come to fruition on a day-to-day level?
I would say there's a strong understanding of appreciation for the position that we are in at the school as students. So there's a strong emphasis put on giving back to the community and taking the opportunities that we're presented with and doing good with that. And you see that on a daily basis with, students being actively and passionately engaged in our community service programs and trying to find ways to give back to our community beyond the 4 walls of the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And for families that are sending their kids to CDS, what would you say they may be surprised by the school?
I would say they'll be surprised by how willing people are to help them. And it's not a bad surprise. I think people will be pleasantly surprised at how many people are willing to give a lending hand, to reach out. And I think that's really important, because if you're a new family heading to the school, try and take those opportunities, go to the new family breakfast and go to the parent nights, go to your kids' sporting events, because it is a community, and people are there to help each other and they want to connect. So it's a surprise, but it's a pleasant one.
And from your own experience, what surprised you the most about the school?
I don't know if anything surprised me because I was there from such a young age. So for me, at the age of 4 till the age of 18, it was the only place that I knew. So I wouldn't say it's anything surprised me because it was my normal.
Okay.
I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah.
And every school, every private school has a poster child. Could you describe for me the typical student at CDS and how you remember students relating to one another?
Right. I think it's an interesting idea of having this typical student because in a way there is a typical CDS student, but it's not in your traditional sense in that every typical student is unique in their own way. The typical CDS student is someone who's involved, who achieves success, but they may be achieving that success and being involved in different areas. So one might be more involved in the musical and drama related activities, where one might be related or participating in sports, but at the same time, that is your traditional student, is just someone who's so engaged in everything that the school has to offer and is committed to achieving success both inside and outside of the classroom. And with regards to the relationships between students, it is a family, it is a community, and everyone is supportive of everyone's endeavors. And even if I was an athlete, I had friends who were in the music programs or the drama programs, and we respected each other and were supportive of each other's passions and their commitment to those passions, even if it wasn't something that would have been my first choice because I was more leaning towards something else.
And you mentioned at the start how CDS played a role in influencing you to want to become a teacher. How do you think your experiences from K to 12 shaped who you are as a person today?
As a person, I truly believe that I am very hardworking and I'm driven, and I know what hard work can result in. And I think that my experiences at CDS and in the classroom, especially, really taught me the importance of working hard academically and reaping the benefits of that hard work. And then as a person outside of the classroom, just the respect for others and wanting to give back and finding ways to use your passion to influence others around you positively.
And if you had to pick something or one thing that you could change about the school, what would that be?
Oh, goodness. I really struggled too when you sent this email to find that one. I don't know if I would change anything because I am the person I am because of the school. I would say probably the most challenging part about the school is that there is so many opportunities and there's so many things that you can do. And that can be a challenge because that is a lot to handle at times. But I don't know if I would change that because you learn so much from those difficult times, trying to balance so many different opportunities and balance your classwork and your extracurricular commitments. So I'm happy I had the challenge of balancing so many different things, and I wouldn't change it, but I would say that's probably something that is more challenging than you would find in a traditional school.
And you touch upon this very lightly, but how has your perspective on CDS changed or evolved over time now that you've been out of it 4 or 5 years?
Over time, I definitely have grown to appreciate my education at Country Day more and more. And it's not to say that I didn't appreciate it when I was a student there, because I did. And I was aware that the opportunities that I had were something to be grateful for. But I think as I've gotten older and as I've entered into the teaching profession myself, I look back on my experiences at Country Day, and I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to meet such amazing people who are now all over the world, and to form relationships with my teachers and the faculty and staff that have lasted beyond my years at the school. So even though I was appreciative of my education during my time at Country Day, as I've removed myself away from the school, I look back very fondly on my time there. And it's a place that, as an educator, I would be privileged to work there. And I would be, I would love to send my own kids to Country Day.
Mm-hmm. So I would take it that you would recommend students enroll in CDS.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's one of the best decisions a family can make to invest in their child's education, and an education from Country Day is unparalleled.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say would be the 3 biggest reasons why they should enroll at CDS?
So the first reason would be the faculty and staff. Just to have the opportunity to attend a place where you can really build strong relationships with your teachers and everyone in the school is very important and can be very influential in your success. The second is the opportunities that are available both inside and outside of the classroom, from athletics to arts to drama to music, community involvement. There's just so many things that students can get involved with, and families. And the third one is just the opportunity to attend a school where your academic success is at the forefront, but you are also seen as a person beyond your academic work. You're seen as the whole individual, and everyone there is rooting for you to follow your passions, and they want you to be successful in the classroom, but academic success is not the end-all be-all. It is very important, but at the end of the day, they want you to be a good person.
And outside of those 3 reasons, there's a family that's on the fence about sending their child to CDS. What would you say to them to, bring them on the other side?
For sure. I think the best thing you can do if you're struggling with the decision about whether to send your child to Country Day is to just visit the school, meet the students, meet the faculty and staff, take a look at the campus, and experience it for yourself, because school is supposed to be a great fit, and you want it to be a great fit for your child. So the best way to determine if it is a great fit is to just go there. And I think once you meet everyone that makes Country Day, you'll realize that it's one of the most amazing places.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, what would your one piece of advice be for a student that is just about to enter CDS?
My best advice is to take every opportunity that is presented to you, even if it's something that you don't know if you're going to be interested in. Take a chance with it, because you never know what's going to happen. And there are so many opportunities that sooner or later you'll find your niche and where you fit in best. And that could be across a variety of activities, but you won't know until you try it. And the best thing you can do is just step outside your comfort zone and see where life will take you.